Let's be real. You open Instagram, what do you see? Your friend is in La Union or Siargao again. Your kabatch just posted their new iPhone 17. Your old office mate is in a Blackpink concert or a Taylor Swift concert, whatever concert is going on now. And your work from home cousin just posted a story from a 200 a cup coffee shop in BGC. And you're sitting at home, or worse, the office. You're out here in your 15-minute break, 3-in-1 coffee mug in your hand, and wondering, bakit hindi ako? You feel stressed, you feel broke, you feel like you're losing a race you didn't sign up for. What if I told you this is all a trap, and that most of us are walking right into it? Tara! In this channel, I have a series that's called Chase Studies. There, we usually analyze billion peso empires such as Jollibee, Gcash, to name a few. There's a couple more I haven't finished editing yet. But we normally look at their business models and see why they win. But today, the business model that we're analyzing is us. You, me, our lives, our spending habits. Back then, during our parents' time, keeping up was boring, but solid. The flex back then, or the yabang back then, is more of may bahay at lupa na ako, or I just bought a house. May investment ako. Back then, everything was all about ownership. Fast forward to our generation, millennials, Gen Zs, we don't care about owning as much as we do experiencing. We traded house and lots for travel goals. We traded savings for aesthetics. Why buy a house when you can just act like it on Instagram? Mas magandang tignan yung kape sa BGC, diba? That's how most of us think. It's lifestyle inflation, Pinoy style. We feel pressured to live a life that looks expensive on a 6-inch screen. 6-inch screen. That's a tongue twister. Even if our actual bank account is screaming for help. I've narrowed this whole problem down into 3 Bs. First, Budol. Admit it. Budol isn't just a word anymore. It's a lifestyle. It's slowly morphed to a personality trait almost. We live in the era of 11/11, 12/12, payday sale, end of the month sale, year-end sale. There's always a sale somewhere, at any day. And from what I've observed, the most dangerous Filipino phrase right now isn't mahal kita, or my generation's on the way. It is now, deserve ko to. Stress at work, add to cart. Break up, check out.
It's a Monday?
Buy now. We use spending as a therapy. But unlike therapy, buying a mechanical keyboard or a blindingly expensive fill light isn't really going to fix the root of the problem. It gives you a 5-minute dopamine hit and a 30-day regret. And the second B, balat sibuyas. Now, this is sensitive, but we have to talk about it. The ambag and libre culture. In the Philippines, success is rarely private. Once you get that job or that promotion or that bit of a pay raise, a bonus, expectations follow. Uy, pa-burger ka naman, manlibre ka naman. Or the panganay classic, you're just the retirement plan. Sometimes we can't save for ourselves because keeping up involves keeping up with the needs of everyone else around us. We buy pasalubong not because we want to, but because we look bad if we don't. Your financial win gets diluted for some reason because you have to slice a pie for 10 other people. So you combine all these 3, the addiction to budol, the fear of losing face, and the pressure to provide. Is it any wonder why we're broke? We aren't just fighting inflation, we're fighting our culture. Okay, let's look at the math. Let's look at the recibo. We're the generation of installment basis. We see the price tag of that new iPhone or MacBook, whatever that is, and say, kaya ko naman to. 3K a month lang eh. But if you do the math, that 3,000 a month is locked for 24 months. 2 years, dalawang taon. 2 birthdays, 2 Christmases, 2 New Years, 2 13th-month pays. You get the picture. You're mortgaging a sliver of your future freedom for a phone that will be outdated by the time you finish off paying it. And that healing trip to Siargao or Japan, you were thinking, it heals my inner child. Experience over material things. Okay, that's valid. But you swiped it. Now you're back in Manila, stuck in traffic, at whatever highway you traverse. You get the point. And your healing's gathering 3% interest a month on your credit card. Your inner child is healed, but your adult self is screaming for help. Here's the scariest part. You look successful, your IG stories are curated, your OOTD is always on point, always crispy. You have all the latest gadgets, all the latest whatevers. But if I ask you to open your banking app right now and just face the truth to yourself, magkano laman? What do you see? How much is left? How much is left out of all this madness? 2,000, 500, or worse? Isang sakit lang ng nanay mo. Isang sira lang ng laptop mo. Isang sorry, we have to let you go from the company. And it's all over. You have to borrow money. Mangungutang ka, not because you're poor, but because you spent your safety net on an aesthetic lifestyle. And this leads to the part no one posts on IG stories. The anxiety. Alam mo yung feeling pagdating ng petsa de peligro? I could very much recall that back in the day. Or the dread that you feel when you see an email notification that starts with statement of account from your bank. You know that pit in your stomach that you feel? That's your body telling you something is wrong, horribly wrong, maybe terribly wrong. Still wrong nonetheless. This is why you're burnt out. You can't quit that toxic job. You can't stand up to the abusive boss, swallowing your pride, wrecking your dignity. Why? Because you're still paying things off. May binabayaran ka. You're handcuffed to a job you hate because you have a lifestyle you can't afford. Just like what Fight Club said. But Pinoy version. Nag-OT tayo sa trabahong ayaw natin para bumili ng mga bagay na di natin kailangan. Para ma-impress ang mga tao sa social media na hindi naman natin gusto. And then comes the post-Budol clarity, which I don't know how I come up with these things, you know? Don't ask me. But what I'm saying is when that emptiness finally arrives, the lie of retail therapy. The rider arrives, Shopee delivery, Lazada delivery. When the rider arrives and starts yelling your name to the whole neighborhood in front of your gate, I don't know if that's even a highlight of my day, or chances are it's the highlight of your day. You almost trip over running to the gate, grab that parcel, bring that in, you rip apart the plastic, you get that hit of dopamine right out of the gate. Yes, new shoes, new keyboard, new skincare. You take a photo of it, you post it, deserve ko to. But 10 minutes later, gone. The high is gone. Now you have less money and more clutter in your room. The item didn't fix the stress. It didn't fix the loneliness. It's more of a band-aid on a bullet hole, if that makes sense. And now you're back to scrolling, looking for that next thing to buy to make you feel that again. That is the consequence. You aren't just broke in your wallet, you're bankrupt in your peace of mind, pretty much. Okay, stop crying. Punasan mo na yung luha mo. Let's switch gears real quick. If your life was a company and I'm the investor looking at your books, would I want to invest or would I shut you down? Let's look at the deal that you're currently signing every single day. First is ask yourself, what are you actually buying? What is the product? You think you're buying a 200 peso iced latte. You think you're buying a ticket to Boracay. You think you're buying a new iPhone. That's one way to look at it. What you're really buying is you're buying validation. You're buying main character energy. You're buying a prop for a photo shoot. Guilty as charged. You're buying the proof that you are doing okay. You're buying a digital signal that says, hey guys, look at me. I'm successful, I'm happy. Sana all. The product isn't the item, if you think about it. The product is the cloud. That's why you have the term cloud chasers. And cloud has an expiration date of about 24 hours nowadays, or however long your IG story lasts. Is it 24? Now, what is the price? I don't mean the price tag. In business, we talk about the opportunity cost. When you spend 50K on a gadget to just look cool, you didn't just lose 50K. You lost the ability to invest that 50K. That 50K could be your emergency fund, so you don't have to panic when someone in the family gets sick. Or that 50K could have been an MP2 earning dividends. Yeah, which reminds me, I need to check mine. But the real price? It's your freedom. Every installment plan that you sign is a contract that says, I promise to stay in my toxic job for the next 12 months because I have to pay off this phone. Why would you do that? Why? Is it worth it? You are paying with your peace of mind. You're paying with your sleep. Puyat ka kakaisip sa bills, that's your interest rate at work. So who's selling you this bad deal? Who is the scammer? Partly can be the algorithm. TikTok, Instagram engineers, they're all smarter than us. They know exactly what time you feel lonely, usually 11 p.m. Hang on a second. I actually start snoring at 7. And that's when they show you the Budol find. But the real seller is the culture. It's the group chats. It's that subtle pressure that says, uy, na-promote ka, manlibre ka naman. Or, naka-iPhone 11 ka pa rin, 17 na ngayon. Who gives a shit, really? Or maybe I just don't give a shit. And the biggest scammer, it's that voice in your head that says, deserve ko to, even when you really can't afford it. So let's look at the P&L. Your product, temporary clout. The price, permanent stress, plus future financial freedom. Verdict, you guessed it. If this was a business deal, I would walk away immediately or run the opposite direction. It has negative ROI, and you're trading your long-term freedom for short-term likes. We're getting scammed, guys. We're getting finessed by the system. And the worst part is, we're starting to scam ourselves. We're scamming our way out of our own personal freedom and the ability to just enjoy life. So how do we break the contract, you say? How do we get out of this deal? Okay, let's take a deep breath, slow things down real quick. I know that was heavy, but here's the good news. You don't have to go cold turkey. I mean, I know I've been trying to do that with cigarettes, but I don't know. That's another nasty habit I need to get out of. You don't have to look like a monk, delete Instagram, and eat tuyo for the rest of your life. Or maybe I'm scared of am. To me, am means something's wrong, man. The goal isn't to stop spending. The goal is to stop mindless spending. It's about being intentional. I devised a 4-step escape plan, and here's how it goes. First, we have to stop the bleeding. The source of your envy is your phone. I want you to audit your following list. If there's an influencer that makes you feel poor, ugly, or unsatisfied with your life, unfollow. If you have a friend who posts nothing but luxury or travels, we all know who's paying, and it kind of triggers your insecurity, mute. You don't have to unfriend them, just mute their stories if it bothers you. I get bothered by people who have more obedient dogs than mine. And my dogs are something else. I don't even know if they're even dogs. Whatever, they won't even know. You're not required to watch everyone's highlight reel. My own friends call me out for this. I just watch and, I just drop by and don't really react to it. And they call me out for it. I'm like, nah, wasn't interested. What do you want me to say? You treat your mental space as prime real estate, as the corner lot of things. That doesn't even make sense, but somehow it does. Don't let people live in there rent-free if they just bother you or if they just bring you bad vibes. Protect your peace at all times. Make your feed a place that inspires you, not pressure you. And second, let's talk about my favorite B word, budget. Generally, Pinoys, we hate budgeting because it usually means bawal dito, bawal yan, wag na ganito, bawasan yan, bawal maging masaya, bawal na mag-SB. A budget isn't a prison. For me, budget is more of like a permission slip. It is simply you telling your money where to go instead of wondering all the time where it went. I still hear a lot of my friends go,
sana punta yung 500 ko, sana punta yung 100 ko,
When I caught myself having that particular problem, I started listing things down. Just be honest with yourself. You went on a grab food spree, just keep all the receipts of that, tally all of that end of the month. At one point, I had about 8,000 pesos in grab food, and I'm not doing that again. I'm sorry, Grab, but it was nice while it lasted. Do a values audit if you can. It's gonna really help. What do you actually love? Is it travel? Shout out to John. My brother's into traveling, so that's what he actually saves for. Is it K-pop concerts for you? Okay, fine, save up for that. Is it a house and lot? For me, yeah, sure. It helps you focus on what matters most to you as a person. So save up for that, work for that, Redirect as much money in there as possible and cut mercilessly on the things that you don't. You get the point. If you don't care about the latest phone, most of the time like I do, use your iPhone 11 until it kicks the bucket or it just doesn't work anymore. Who cares? Or use that money for your emergency fund. Every month I save 1 full month of living expenses. So essentially how I treat saving is I start by buying more months of funds or contingency funds just in case. So it can allow me to not do anything, but still survive, for that particular period of time. If you save a fund that's worth 2 years of living expenses, you don't have to work for 2 years. You have that luxury, figure things out. You have the luxury of buying yourself some time. Stop buying random 11-11 or 12-12 Budol trash. so you can afford things that actually matter to you. Third is the social pressure, like we mentioned earlier. The ambagan and the libre culture. This is hard for all of us because of the hiya. We don't want to be KJ. So I'm going to share a little bit of discarte when it comes to these situations. I normally go, uy, pas muna ako sa inuman tonight. Nag-iipon kasi ako. I need to buy equipment for my channel. I need to buy this for my car. I need to buy this for my kid. I need to pay off school. I'm trying to cut down, trying to limit my budget. And the reason it works on my friends is we all have the same set of priorities. But you know when you're with the right set of friends is when your goals are respected. Those are the friends that you want. Not the friends that bring you down or try to question you or make you or minimize what you're trying to do for yourself. And then when you go broke, none of them would help you anyways. And finally, we need to redefine what cool actually looks like. Social media told all of us that flexing is a good thing. Flex your new bag, flex your new shoes, new house, new car, whatever. I want you to find the boring flex. For the girls, it's that real slay moment. For me, it's sleeping 8 hours every night because you have no credit card debt. And the real flex is opening your bank account and seeing a 12-month emergency fund or a 24-month emergency fund, a 36 emergency fund, or a 5-year emergency fund. You have 5 free years of not even if you don't work, you just have 5 years to mess around and just sort of and use that time to explore something without having to worry about your day-to-day living because you're already covered for the next 5 years. And to me, that's sexy. That's flexibility. That's freedom. And obviously, the goal is to just be set for life. The real flex is seeing your Pag-ibig MP2 grow, your mutual fund, the stocks that you play with, knowing you're building wealth while you sleep. Nobody likes posts like that. You won't get 1,000 likes on IG because everyone will think you're just about to sell them something. But the most important thing here is it will give you 100% peace of mind. And that, to me, is the ultimate sana all. At the end of the day, here's the painful truth about the trap of keeping up. You're running a race that you can't win on a track that's designed to make you fail. The system, the algorithm, the culture, the ads, they're all designed to make us feel insufficient. Like things are never enough. The moment that you buy the new iPhone 17, it's only a matter of time. And it's only a couple months later when they'll start announcing the iPhone 18. So you have more or less like a 11-month window. And the moment you travel to Japan, everyone else is hitting Europe. Kung ang goal mo lang is mang-impress ng ibang tao, hindi ka matatapos. Mapapagod ka lang, mauubos ka lang. Get off that racetrack for a moment and just stop. Huminto ka. You don't exist to meet or satisfy the standards of people you don't even care about or you don't even know. Hindi mo kailangan patunayan na masaya ka. Ang kailangan mo lang gawin is maging masaya on your own terms. The only person you need to keep up with is the person you want to be tomorrow when you wake up. Is that person less stressed? Is that person less broke? Yeah, but most importantly, free from debt, free from the opinions of others, free to sleep soundly at night knowing you have enough. Don't chase the clout, don't chase the aesthetic, don't chase the sana all. Chase your peace, chase your freedom, and chase the life that feels good in reality, not just the one that looks good in a picture. Like and subscribe if you feel like it or not, up to you. But most of all, salamat for watching.